you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Are you looking to buy the perfect gift this holiday season? You are. I have the perfect gift idea for you. You want to know what it is? Stay tuned. I'll tell you. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Nicole from my Pandora Charmed Life. This video is going to be a gift buying guide for Pandora. Let me first start by saying I am not sponsored by Pandora. I have no affiliation with them. I am just a collector. And I often get asked from people, especially men that I work with, they're like, how do you even get started buying Pandora? It's so confusing. Or I've wanted to do it, but it seems so expensive. Like, can you tell me more? It's actually been requested, and actually from viewers that have seen my videos, to put together a gift buying guide for guys on how to buy Pandora for the special woman in your life. Whether it's your mother, a significant other, maybe your daughter, Pandora is for everyone. And I also want to say, it's not just for women. Men can wear Pandora too. Digging in, you've probably walked through the mall and have seen that beautiful store that's called Pandora. And it's actually a little bit overwhelming. The first time I walked into a store, I walked in and I walked right out. Because when I was looking at the products they had, I thought, holy cow, to create a charm bracelet was going to cost like over $500. And I just wasn't really to pay that for a charm bracelet. Years passed and I really got to understand and appreciate what Pandora stood for, and that's how I've become a gigantic Pandora collector. But I know it's overwhelming, I know it's intimidating. No worries, you sit through this video and I am going to tell you some of my pointers that I have if you're starting out buying Pandora for somebody else, and why I think it is such a good gift idea. Again, I'm not sponsored. I make no commission if you go out and buy Pandora. I just want to share my knowledge with the rest of the world, and hopefully you're going to buy a gift for somebody that makes them really happy and will last a lifetime. Let's start with, what exactly is Pandora jewelry and what do they sell? So Pandora sells charm bracelets. They also sell regular bracelets that don't need charms, and they've really expanded over the years to, they have earrings, they have rings, they have necklaces. So a lot of different jewelry options that you can get with Pandora. We're really only going to focus on the charm bracelet aspect because that's where things get a little bit confusing. So let's talk about who you might buy Pandora for. And really, it could be anybody. I am gonna focus on the female client, but again, it can be males as well. There really isn't anything that says it shouldn't be, but it is primarily focused on women. So I made a list, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit so I don't leave anybody out. Pandora is a perfect gift for your mother, your sister, your significant other, your daughter, even friends, and occasionally maybe coworkers, just to name a few. And there are a lot of different options when you are looking at Pandora. Majority of their jewelry is sterling silver. That's primarily what you're gonna get. That has the widest range of options and really is the most affordable too. They also have 14 karat gold, which actually feels like they're phasing that out a little bit. So one, those pieces are really expensive. Two, they don't really have a lot of new stuff coming out with 14 karat gold, but it is an option. And they also have, for a more affordable gold option, they have 18 karat gold plated. So that's new. They just started that here in 2018. They have a pretty good selection of what they call Pandora Shine. And again, it is 18 karat gold plated. So if your person you're buying for is anti-plating, then no shine for them. And then last but not least, they have what they call Pandora Rose. And Pandora Rose is a rose gold color, but it is Pandora's own mixture of metals to create their own Pandora Rose. So being that it's not actually rose gold, that is actually a very affordable option as well. Okay, so now let's talk about the charms, right? You might think, how many possible occasions could there be that somebody might want a charm bracelet who's maybe not a teenager. So, right, I'm in my 30s and I love my charm bracelets. So I really do think it spans all different age groups. I have a social media kind of group that I follow, and we are all Pandora collectors. They range from 10 years old all the way to like people in their 70s. So there really is no age limit with Pandora. It really does have something for everybody. But some occasions that you might want to do for Pandora is I am making this for Christmas because Christmas is around the corner. People are going to start shopping. So definitely they have Christmas charms. They have all kinds of holiday charms actually. They have Halloween, they have Valentine's Day, they have Mother's Day, they even have like St. Patrick's Day. So there's something for like all the holidays. Depending what country you're in, there might be a little bit something extra too. So for instance, in the United States, we celebrate the 4th of July. They have something for that too. If your person you're buying for is a pet lover, they have pet charms. If they're a Disney lover, there is a huge, gigantic, wide range of Disney. I am like head over heels over their Disney collection. You might use Pandora to celebrate achievements, whether it's a daughter's graduation or your girlfriend's graduation. Maybe you're celebrating an anniversary. There are a lot of travel charms. So if you guys are jet setters, you can get like an airplane charm. The other cool thing with travel charms is there are like locations that have specific charms that you can only get in that area. So maybe you go to Hawaii, right? The Hawaii Pandora stores will have charms that you can only get there. So that's another cool thing, is you can get exclusive charms depending on the destinations you go to. My favorite bracelet is to celebrate special moments. So I've created a bracelet that celebrated my daughter, from finding out she's a girl to having her, to her first nickname, to all the adventures that we are able to have up until then. I think a perfect time to start a Pandora bracelet is to celebrate special moments like that, or maybe an engagement or a wedding. There really are so many options for what you would get Pandora for. There's also just because. Maybe your friend or girlfriend or mother is having a bad day or going through something and they just need a little pick-me-up. You could just get them just because as well. So now that we've covered majority of the occasions you might want to celebrate with a Pandora Moments charm, is why. Like, why Pandora? So, okay, we get it, you're a collector, you like it, you love it, but what about it? The cool thing, and this is for like, I think for a gift giver, is maybe you have a hard time thinking of a gift like all the time, right? And you're like, okay, I had to think of something for her birthday, and then Christmas, and then Valentine's Day, and then Mother's Day, and you're like, oh my gosh, all these holidays, and how can I keep thinking of something to give? Well, if you start somebody on a charm bracelet, the ultimate goal is to fill up the charm bracelet. So for the occasions that are soon to follow, you can get them a charm to celebrate those. It actually reminds me of like an SNL skit, but honestly, like, I personally would love anything. Like, they have a happy birthday cake charm that, hey, somebody give me a happy birthday cake charm for my birthday. I think that'd be so cool. Again, I'm a Pandora collector, so somebody else might think, could it have been a little bit more thoughtful? Who knows? But for example, for Christmas last year, I gave my sister a few hints of what I wanted, and Pandora has like a little like present charm. And I told her I wanted the present charm. And I think she was like, oh, like, who would want a present charm? Well, I did, because it celebrates gifts and giving, and I like my present Pandora charm. Again, it means something to me because it's, you know, a gift from my sister of something that I love. But so really that's for you, right? That's the benefit of, you don't have to think of something new every holiday or every occasion you might give a gift. You could just continue building on the bracelet that you got started for that person. But for the like receiver, I think the biggest thing is the sentimental value that comes with the charm bracelet. to be able to like be at work and look down and think about, oh, this charm totally reminds me of, you know, my daughter's ballet, or this charm totally reminds me of date night. It's just that moment that kind of takes you back to reality when you're going through your day and it's really busy, and you get to just kind of look down at your wrist and smile and think about, you know, the special moments of what's on that bracelet. So the sentimental value is what really can't be replaced, and right, they don't die. So maybe you are used to sending somebody flowers. You could send them a bouquet of flowers on a charm, and she doesn't have to water them, and they're not gonna die, right? And actually, it's probably cheaper because flowers are really expensive. The other really cool thing about Pandora is they are constantly evolving. So you might think, well, I got her something for Valentine's Day, and now what am I gonna get next Valentine's Day? Well, Pandora puts out new charms every single year. So actually every single like season, they actually have at least 4 releases throughout the year, just to kind of keep recycling and bringing out new and fresh ideas. 2, I think it's gorgeous. I wear my bracelets like every single day, and I love them. The other really cool thing with Pandora is they do have jewelry sets, right? We talked about earrings and necklaces and rings, and I said we weren't gonna focus on those today, but you do get like matching sets, right? So I have a charm that has a matching pendant and matching rings and matching earrings that you can also, you know, build up a jewelry set with this as well. Another reason why is there's often sales with Pandora. It feels like it's pretty frequent, and you can either get like a really cool gift with purchases. So you might get like a jewelry box with a purchase, or something that I really wanted was like a tote bag, a makeup bag. Like you can get like additional items that are just kind of fun, like collector's items to collect with. So those are just a few reasons why I think it's cool to collect Pandora. We've covered the why, we've covered what they have. Now you're like, but Nicole, this is still really confusing because where do we start? So my suggestion, this is just a suggestion, is you would want to start with a bracelet, and we're going to talk about like the regular Pandora bracelet. You would start with the bracelet, and then it has little like threaded sections for clips. You really want to protect the bracelet and get those clips. So if you're doing this and it's your first investment, it's the bracelet, the clips, and then you have to start with a charm, right? You can't not have a charm if you're giving a charm bracelet. Those are going to be the things you're going to want to start out with, which, right, the bracelet in the US starts at $65. They do go up depending on what kind of clasp you want. And then you can get clips for like $30 each, maybe a little bit less, and definitely a little bit more depending on what you're looking for. And then a charm. And a charm is going to run you anywhere from as low as about $25 to you can get really, really expensive. So just keep that in mind. Here in the United States, I do know they have like starter gift sets, which will come with like a pre-selected bracelet, pre-selected clips, and then you get like to throw in a charm for like a $45 value. I think you end up saving like around $30 depending on what you're getting. But so if you really want like, hey, just hook me up with a starter set and I'll pick the charm, that might be the easiest way to go if it's like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So there's that. Okay, so now you're gonna select your first charm, right? So there are some charms that are super obvious of what they mean, but there's some that aren't, and I'm going to include a couple examples, and I'll like flip to some pictures. For example, there is a charm that is called Intertwined Circles Charm. So like, okay, that's cool. It's like silver, has some CZ on it, a little bit of 14 karat gold. Intertwined circles, what does that even mean? So the description of this charm reads, a delicate motif of 3 interlocked circles decorates the sterling silver and 14 karat gold button charm. It is a beautiful expression of unity and a timeless symbol of the past, present, and future. So that's one example where the charm isn't obvious because it's not like a really obvious character bead, and then the name's not that obvious. That's something to keep in mind. Also, some things might have like little hidden engravings on them. So we have one charm that we'll show here that's called Love and Friendship. And you're like, okay, that's cute. It like has a heart on it. I'm like, okay. But this, if you read the description, says this ornamental button inspired sterling silver charm boasts a pretty filigree pattern framing a pink heart-shaped tone, which yes, we see that. But then it says a sweet engraving along its side that says friendship starts with loving hearts adds to the design and makes the charm a wonderful gift for a friend or family member. So I highly recommend taking a look at the website and going through the different charms. They have them categorized pretty good, but then if you click on it, you can read a little bit more in the description about what that charm might mean. And again, really that meaning, if you see something and you're like, hey, this reminds me of this specific thing, and the person I'm giving this to is gonna know that, then cool, right? Who cares what it's called or what's on there? But if you do need a little bit of inspiration of, you know, what you want that charm to represent, take a look at that. So that's basically the very, very basics of buying a Pandora bracelet. You are going to want to understand the size of her wrist. So I'm going to insert a video that I made on the guide to finding the right size. You might want to check that out to kind of help gauge what size of bracelet you might want to get. And then I'll go ahead and throw in some pictures of some of my completed bracelets just so you can get an idea of what they could potentially look like. And then I'm also just really briefly going to talk about a couple of the other charm bracelets that they have that aren't necessarily moments. There is what is an Essence collection, and in Essence what it is you're not going to get like the big chunky charms. You're really going to just get just small charms that represent certain meanings, and those meanings, or the essence, hence the name of the charm, is written on the side of the bead. So that's really cool because you can just go for a word, right? Maybe somebody's really caring. Maybe there's somebody who exudes a lot of confidence. Like there's a lot of different meanings in the Essence line that you might want to take a look at. And those charm bracelets are good for, again, I'll insert some pictures here. They're really good for people who don't want a bulky look, or maybe they just want it to be a little bit more dainty. There's that option. And then last but not least, for charm bracelets, they also just came out with a new line called Reflections, and this is probably more tailored to somebody who likes a more elegant look and isn't really looking for, again, the chunky charms. But this is new, there's not a ton of options, and it's actually really hit or miss with the current Pandora community. But I also think it is appealing to people who weren't necessarily even looking at Pandora before, because it does offer something different. So something to consider once you really know the person that you're buying for, you know, what you think they might like. So there you have it. There's my attempt at helping you find the perfect gift for your friend or your loved one this holiday season, their birthday, whatever it might be you're shopping for. I really hope this is helpful. What I want to do is, okay, there's like a lot of other ladies out there who love to collect Pandora. I am going to tag them. So ladies, I'm talking to you. I'm going to tag them here to make a similar video of a gift buying guide for guys on how to buy Pandora for the women in their life, because this is just my perspective. There's other different perspectives out there, and I want to hear kind of what they recommend. I want them to help you, so hopefully, ladies, if you're out there, you know who you are. We'll be seeing videos coming from you as well. And ladies, if you do make a video, please let me know. I'll add them to the description section as you get those going. That way we can spread the love and help these gentlemen find these awesome gifts for the women in their life, or the little girls if they're buying for their daughters. Okay, so just to recap, Pandora has a ton of options. We really just focused on charm bracelets. You're gonna wanna get their size, and if you can't get their size, you wanna make it a surprise and you get it wrong, no problem, Pandora will exchange it. If you are going to get a bracelet with clip stations, you wanna get the clips to go along with it. There are other types of bracelets that do fit the Pandora Moments charm bracelets as well. You have bangles, you have mesh bangles, you have smooth bracelets without clip stations. You have cool clasps to choose from. Just kind of do your research online to really think about which one is going to suit your gift receiver the best. More importantly, have fun. Like, it's so fun. I love to just go into a Pandora store and really take a look at everything, or just browse online to see what they might have that is really calling out to me. I really do think the women in your life will really love this gift. If not, good thing there's exchange or there's return policies. But yeah, give it a shot. If you think she's been eyeing it, or you've been eyeing it and want to give her something special, I highly recommend Pandora. Feel free to ask any questions. Go ahead and leave them in the comment section below and I'll respond to those and help you out. I'm looking forward to see if my fellow YouTubers are going to create videos on how they would recommend buying Pandora as a gift for someone else. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you thought this was helpful. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Again, leave a comment for any questions you might have. Or if you're a woman out there watching this, go ahead and give some tips to these guys who are struggling on how do I buy Pandora for someone. Also, if you're a woman who wants to send a little hint over to somebody's way, feel free to share my video. Say, hey, take a look at this. This might help you. Mostly about Pandora. I do a little bit of like unboxings or a little bit of lifestyle stuff, but if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. Would love to have you join my Pandora Charmed Life family. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and good luck buying that perfect gift.